Greetings again. It is 10:44 p.m. in the East, 10:44 p.m. right here in Syracuse, New York, ladies and gentlemen. 7:44 on the West Coast, Los Angeles, California, the whole Pacific Coast there. Greetings to you, and we are live again from the SI Newhouse School of Public Communications. Glad you're with us for the penultimate show in our broadcast. Boost the Cuse started at 8:44 a.m. We promised you 16 episodes, if you will, every 44 minutes past the hour. This is number 15 of the 16. Scott Hansen with you, and that means we're not quite at the witching hour, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to get there very soon. I've had such a great time today celebrating our beloved university, the education and the experiences it gave us when we were students, the opportunities and connections we have as alumni. We're forever orange, and this has been a great day of giving, and it's not done yet. If you missed any of the previous shows, you maybe at work, you had your different parts of life that were pulling you in different directions, we're going to have all of these cataloged on our website, boostcuse.syr.edu/broadcast. I don't expect you to memorize that. Just go to syr.edu. We'll have it for you. You can see some interviews from some of the alum luminaries that have blessed us with their time. We've told you about different programs that you can contribute to. Hopefully brought some great memories of our university back to you as well on our big giving day today. You can still participate right now, make a gift. There are still 2 states where we have not received one donation. Wyoming, I realize, not a super populous state, but a state that needs to go orange. Come on, Wyoming. Even one donation, we can color that map in. And Arkansas, let's go. Please, guys, we've got a little bit more than an hour and a half left right here. Although the website will be up and be able to give all throughout the weekend, you'll still have access to that Boost the Cuse website so you can support a scholarship, a specific program, student organization, whatever means the most to you from Syracuse University. And here now, another message from one of my Syracuse sportscasting brethren. Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason Benetti, play-by-play announcer for the Chicago White Sox and for Fox Sports, and also a 2005 alumnus of Syracuse University and Newhouse and WAER. And I'm here to tell you that Syracuse University and Newhouse and WAER prepared me for literally anything. Literally, like being in Bill Walton's backyard getting ready to do a show from his house, the Basketball Hall of Famer. Thank you, Syracuse. Thank you, Newhouse. Thank you, WAER. And definitely, from paradise, Boost the Cuse.
I love it. I can only imagine that there is a text message thread back and forth between Jason and my former classmate at Syracuse University, the inimitable Dave Pash, who also often works with Bill Walton. So we've got that UCLA Bruin cornered from both sides with strong orange broadcasters there. Jason, appreciate the time. And enjoy Bill's backyard. Stay clear of the garden, if you know what I'm saying right there. Well, the orange legacy runs deep within Syracuse University, and especially the lacrosse program. It's had a long history of success and has produced some of the game's greatest players. The voice of the orange, Matt Park, a Syracuse grad from class of 1997, caught up with the alumni leading the Syracuse lacrosse programs, both women's and men's.
All right, Scott, thanks. We are at the Ensley Athletics Center with 2 of the all-time greats in their respective sports, Kayla Trainer, Gary Gate. They both have their Gate lacrosse sticks, and I'm hoping not to get checked here, so we're going to keep it light and fun and move it along. And Gary, here we are, and I know, for you guys, this is what a cycle this has been. You're all-time great player. The career you've had, you've gone about in Syracuse University lures you back.
Oh, yeah. Here we are. This is my 16th year here back at the university, so thrilled to be here and trying to turn around our men's lacrosse program and have a lot of fun with it.
After a great deal of success with the women's program, and certainly Kayla part of that, and Kayla, the idea that you come back and now get to coach your alma mater, second year here, going strong. Congratulations, first of all, and I know it means a lot to you.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a really amazing group of young women who Gary actually recruited. So I'm very fortunate that I'm able to coach this group of girls.
Think about it, 45 more years and you're even with Coach Behan.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, the university does have that lure. What makes this place special to you? You're an upstate New Yorker from the capital region, and as you know, your players and part of your program here, it's the cycle of taking care of your own and promoting from within and that type of thing.
Yeah, I think what makes Syracuse so special is just the people. It's, I'm so fortunate, all the people I've been able to coach and meet here, and you can see it in the team and the players and how unselfish they play and they want to play together. And I think the other thing that makes it special is just the community. We've had amazing fans at our games this year, and the crowd just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and our players are really interacting and engaging with them. So that's been awesome to play in front of the most, exciting fan base. So just want to keep it going.
Yeah, Gary, you think about we're here in Ensley now, and the Lally complex growing and will continue through all those phases. You go back to a time of practicing on 40 yards on the other side of the basketball court, right? I mean, what does this allow you to do?
Well, a lot of times just out in the snow on Old Coin Field. The facilities have come a long way, and it's been spectacular for our athletes to have these types of facilities.
Yeah, the full 120 yards here, and I know, Kaylee, obviously you guys get to use this, and in terms of the philanthropy and funding your program, when you look ahead for the growth of your game, what do you see, and how do fans and donors intersect with what you're able to do?
Yeah, well, I think one of the biggest things for our sport to grow is the diversification of the sport and just growing across the country. So a big part of that is recruiting and wanting to go out and land the top prospects in the country. And then when they're here, just having a place where they can have an elite athletic experience as a female athlete. And those are things like facilities and, the way we treat them, how we travel, how we, have recovery opportunities for them, things like that. We just want all of our players to have an elite athletic experience here.
And you see that with your spectacular locker room and the student athletes coming in and out in a very efficient way. Recovery, an important thing. So best of luck to you. Continue success the rest of the way, okay?
Thank you.
All right, that's Kayla Trainer. Gary, go get them. I know you got big plans ahead for your program as well.
Oh, yeah, we're just getting started. We got a ways to go. But we're going to turn the corner, and we'll be back. So these guys are dedicated, they work hard, and they're focused, and they're on a mission. So I'm thrilled to be coaching them.
Awesome. That's the update on Syracuse lacrosse from the Ensley Athletic Center.
Coaches, thank you both so very much. Matt, thank you. Thank you for all your service. Of course, Matt, through the years, got a chance to speak with him a little bit in the studio here throughout the day. Well, at Syracuse University, we are proud to be associated with game changers and groundbreakers, and we're committed to providing opportunities for students and alumni to rise. And this next woman has done it in spades. She is astronaut Eileen Collins, the first woman to pilot the space shuttle and the first to command a space shuttle mission. She embodies all of the things that are great about Syracuse University. On a recent visit here to campus, Collins sat down with junior Elliot Salas, a first-generation college student and aspiring astronaut.
Well, since I was a child, I always wanted to fly. I chose Syracuse University primarily because of the university's reputation and the fact that there was an Air Force ROTC detachment. Syracuse had what I was looking for.
Ever since I was little, I've always wanted to explore space, to explore the unknown, and I've always wanted to become an astronaut. I was applying to a lot of schools, but when I received the acceptance letter from Syracuse University, it was a huge, huge, huge sigh of relief.
When I joined ROTC, women were still not allowed to fly in the military. For the 8 of us women that came in 1978, we all felt that we had a huge responsibility to do well in our training, because if we did well, then the women that would be following us would have the same opportunity.
I am a first-gen student. I'm the first person in my family to go to college. And at first it was quite a lot of pressure. There was a lot of eyes on me, and I basically just want to be a good role model to other first-gen students or other kids also in their family.
The students are here, they're like sponges, they want to learn, they're here to get their degree, and as alums we can stay in contact with them, maybe share some of the mistakes that we made. Sometimes you're given a job that you have no training in at all, and you maybe make mistakes along the way. So I think that's important for alums to share their story with the students.
Do you mind if I call you Miss Eileen?
Yes, please do.
Okay, cool. I also want to be an astronaut, so I guess the only thing that I could ask you is, what are some things that you would recommend me to do, or things that I need to check off my list so that I can even be a little fraction of how successful you have been?
There's not like one size fits all on the advice, but if I could go back and be in your shoes, for example, you know, a young person today, just put yourself in the position of an astronaut on the surface of the moon and some piece of equipment breaks. You can't call somebody and say, come out and fix it. You've got to know how to fix it yourself.
You got all these amazing astronauts, Scott Kelly, Sally Ride. They all like to explain and they describe the view that they see from ISS.
That's one of the most commonly asked questions is, what is the view? I would put my face up against the window and stretch out my arms, and you feel like you're like an angel flying over the planet. And you look down in the Earth, you realize the Earth is all blue and white. And you think about not only all the people that are living there right now, but the history of all the generations of people that live there. And it's quite overpowering to see that.
Thank you so much. A lot of people, in fact, that I know that are Syracuse alumni work at Mission Control and NASA. I know that also they have a lot of internships and engineering clubs that I could also be a part of that help me expand my perspective and my field of study when it comes to electrical engineering. But I really can't wait to meet even more alumni that can help achieve the thing that I want to do.
To be orange means going out into the world, going out into the community, and then bringing those lessons learned back to the students here on campus.
How cool is that? Syracuse achievement helping spark the dreams of the Syracuse aspirational. Beautiful, beautiful stuff right there. But before we move on to the next part of the program, we're watching social media. We're all platforms and whatnot. One of my guys, Matt Berry, the fantasy football brain extraordinaire, formerly of ESPN, currently with NBC Sports. Matt, we saw you got in as a proud Syracuse alum just under the midnight wire here to get your Boost the Cuse donation. And Matt, appreciate you. And, little of that Disney money, from the Marvel stardom that you've achieved in the superhero movies. Thank you for giving back to your university. Thank you, Matt. One of the more prestigious graduate programs here at SU is the 3-year MFA program in creative writing. It's exclusive. Imagine this. Only 6 poets and 6 fiction writers are admitted to the program each year. Those students have the opportunity to work closely with an acclaimed and respected faculty, among them accomplished author George Saunders.
The students that we get are already wonderful writers and people. The second really relevant thing is that they're fully funded for 3 years. So everybody gets a stipend, everybody gets tuition. So this is something I benefited from way back in the 1840s when I attended, which is that we can look at that pile of 700 manuscripts and we can pick the 6 most talented people, period. And no matter what's happening in their life or in their families or in their economic circumstances, there's a clear path for them to join us. So that's so important, especially in a time when a lot of universities have kind of, monetized the creative writing programs to the extent where they let in a class that's way too big to properly teach, and they charge a great deal for these young artists to come to the program. And the ethos of the moment is that many young writers feel that they have to have an MFA. So therefore, they feel like they have to go into great debt to, at the beginning of a career that's nebulous at best. So I feel I always say that SU's creative writing program is kind of like the pumpkin patch and that Peanuts thing, nothing but sincerity as far as the eye can see. It's a very sort of I'd say a pure sort of bargain, for us as teachers. We get to teach for the love of it and for to anybody we think is a good writer, and the students can come and they can spend that 3 years without feeling it's going to somehow distort the rest of their artistic life by putting them in great debt. So I'm very proud of what we do. The writing, it comes and goes. No one can really predict whether their work will last or not. I think it probably won't. It'll last a month for sure, but who knows? So, but the one thing that is reliable, and this is something I've really become aware of the last few years, is the way in which you've interacted with these young people, and not only artistically, but we often meet these young people at critical moments in their lives when they're just trying to decide what kind of people they're going to be, and they're looking at the world to see what kind of world it is. So I feel like if I can interact positively with a young person at that moment, then and especially with generosity of spirit, that's the most important thing, I think. Then they internalize that, and when they go out into the world, and many of them teach, then they become sowers of the same seed. That I've seen. I've seen students come back after 15, 20 years and reflect on that deeper moment that sort of undergirded their artistic selves. That feels real to me. That feels like something that's really worth doing. So that's something that's just with time. I've felt that adjustment in my own heart and priorities.
Well, we've been trying to turn our maps orange by inspiring donors from every state and every country, so let's get an update. Did we get Wyoming? Did we get Arkansas? Let's turn it over to one of our grad students, one of our number guys as well, Michael O'Connor. Michael, what do you got for us?
Scott, I love talking about the numbers. You mentioned the map earlier, and we're still at 48 out of those 50 states and the territory of Puerto Rico down there. We're missing, as you mentioned, Wyoming and Arkansas, but let's go back to that landing page here. $1,579,628. That's amazing. Spread out across 4,285 donors. That's about $368 per person.
He's
that
doing
has
math
donated.
in his head, ladies and
That
gentlemen.
is
Math in his
incredible
head. Late
so
at night.
far. Talk about numbers. I love me some numbers, Scott. And as we go through some of these leaderboards here, we'll scroll down the map. Again, this is not just a United States thing. We are orange around the world. And we can keep on scrolling down. You alumni are doing an amazing job keeping up that donation pattern. I'm pretty sure, 1,400 total raised, 532,000. That's also around that 365 range per person. You're doing a wonderful job. Thank you so much. I know that the current students, that total raised number is a little low, but keep in mind, we are college students, so we're doing our best. Once we join you guys in that alumni group in the upcoming years here, we might be contributing to that top row. And as we continue to scroll down through, I know I said it at 8:44 in the morning and now at 10:44 at night, nothing has changed with the schools. Newhouse is still leading in both the total raised category at $105,508 and 455 total participants. That's almost twice as many participants as the next closest school. So that Newhouse Mafia, that connection that we all share, it truly, truly, truly does not go away over time. And something that I thought was interesting, I'm going to skip down through this faculty part. I appreciate you, faculty. Thank you so much. But I'm just going to keep on scrolling through to these class years. 2023, that's going to be my current class, my graduating class. 114 total donors, blowing out the rest of the competition, absolutely out of the water. 2022 was when I graduated my undergrad with sport analytics over at Falk College. We're in 6th place right now, but Scott, I want to make a little bit of a wager. I know you got some people on speed dial from your class in 93. If you guys can maybe get 2 more, you'd get a podium spot. If you got your phone out on the next break,
let's
send
go.
some texts, make some calls, get that bronze medal, because right now, it's 2023, 2024, 2025.
Jim Hockenberry
All right.
in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Are you
Dave
listening, Jim?
Donovan, my guy. Let me think. I'm sure Matt Friedman's already gotten in there. Dave Pasch is probably on assignment right now for ESPN somewhere. And some of these people fall under 92 and maybe even 94. But that's like some of the core groups of my guys. Brian Tarrant, my college teammate. Dwayne Joseph, former NFL football player, my former college teammate. Let's go, gang. Let's go. Let's finish this up.
Yeah, you guys are super high up on the leaderboards, and I will give you some credit. 2023 has more total donors, but you guys have raised more total money. You guys have us beat by $639. So 2023, if you're out there and you want to raise more money than Scott Hansen's class himself, then $639 is all you have to do, my graduating seniors. Fun fact as well, I know Michael Gross was on the show earlier. We were talking back and forth trying to see who the oldest donor was, and we kept scrolling down. I don't want to sort that page because if I sort it and I scroll all the way down, it's going to take forever, and I'm not going to have time to toss a break. But 1951, class of 1951 is the oldest alum to make a donation. I'd say they'd be about 90 years old by this time, which is just absolutely incredible, showing that orange blood runs forever.
There it is.
A lot of these top funds here. Again, Newhouse, you guys are donating a ton of money, and we're also donating it right back into Newhouse. But the annual fund has you beat by 5 total donors. So, Newhouse alum, there's already so many of you that have made donations. Thank you so much. But if you get 6 more, you reclaim that top spot. And with total raised, you're just behind that men's crew head coach's fund. And men's crew, I know they're having a fantastic year. They're absolutely blowing the rest of the athletics competition out of the water. Look at the difference in those donation numbers. They have $68,000 raised in total. Next closest is women's rowing at $18,000. They have 3 times as many total donors as the rest of the second closest sport in women's rowing. And no, Carl Winter was on the show earlier. Shout out Carl for that sub-4 mile time. I know that's a lifelong achievement. We're all super proud of you. But maybe you can contact some of your buddies, see if your current teammates, maybe some of their friends can get some more donors up there, because I think you guys can chase down. You guys are pretty good at kicking late in the race, so try to see if you can get ahead of the women's rowing head coaches fund and make some more money. Give some more money back here and have some more donors contribute to the cause. Scott, we got a ton of data here. We got a ton of stats. I'm going to go back up to that map real quick just to see how your state of Michigan has been doing. I know you're a California guy now, but Michigan, last time we checked in, they were about 3,000, I think is what we said, something like that when Sydney quizzed you on it.
Sub 3,000, yep.
Sub 3,000. We're almost there.
Go.
$15 away from $3,000. If someone wants to donate 16 right now.
Go to 6225 North Rochester Road. Go upstairs into the first bedroom. I'm sure I left a 20 in there when at some point. Come on, somebody find it, donate it. Let's get this thing over 3 bills for the Great Lakes State.
I'm from Chicago originally, just outside the city in one of the suburbs. Let's see how Illinois is doing. 21,943. Somebody wants to go to 4440 Dairyman Circle, go upstairs under the mattress. I probably got about 57, maybe $60 lying around. That'll get us over that 22,000 mark. That would be great. Currently, I'm in North Carolina. My twin sister, shout out Kelsey. I know you're having a great night tonight so far. She goes to NC State, and my older brother lives there with my mom and my dad. Hello, Mom. Hello, Dad. I know that you would love to have me say that to you live on air. 37 donors so far. I'm not sure if you guys donated, though. I haven't texted you in a while since to check, so maybe if you guys want to bump that number up to 40 and see if we can't get over 11,300. I know I'd appreciate it. I know Syracuse would appreciate it. Scott, I'm sure you would appreciate it, too. The O'Connors giving some of their own money to this cause, but really what we need, Wyoming and Arkansas. Come on, guys. Help us out. Call your friends. Call your family. Beautiful states. Love Little Rock. I drove through Wyoming to get to Colorado, but I stopped at one of the rest areas there, and it was a gorgeous view. That was about 10 years ago, last time I was in the state. So if you got any friends there, if you got any family there, please call, please ask. It would be incredible if we could have this entire map be orange. And Scott, just on a personal note, it has been a dream of mine not only to meet you, but to work with you. And so to have this experience, I want to truly, from the bottom of my heart, not only thank you, thank Kim Infanti, thank Professor Steve Infanti for giving me a recommendation. Everybody that is back in the production booth that is putting this thing on, you guys are legends in your own regard for being able to put this on. This has been an incredible opportunity, and it's been incredible to see just how rich this Syracuse connection is. $1.5 million so far, almost getting up to 1.6, and I think we might cross that $1.6 million threshold by the time we reach the witching hour, as you mentioned. But there's no losses here. I said, we're live from Dick Clark Studios, and while it might not be a rockin' New Year's Eve, it has been a rockin' day to be Orange. And Scott will be back for our 16th and final show. Yes, 16 hours. That is incredible stamina to keep that up. To wrap up our Boost the Cuse broadcast when we rejoin you at 11:44. We'll have Pete Sala coming on to talk about how he became an unlikely campus celebrity. And hey, fun fact about that, his son, Matt Sala, was actually one of my closest friends. We were both members of the Auto-Tune, Syracuse University's premier orange pants wearing a cappella group. I was actually the president of that last year. It was a ton of fun. I already met the apple, and now it's time for all of you to meet the tree. So let's get ready to celebrate Syracuse University's 153rd birthday. Scott, this has been an absolute privilege to be on with you. And for those of you watching at home, I hope that you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We've got one more coming on for you. And just thank you so much. From
Michael, you're my man. I have dreamed the dreams you're dreaming here on this campus. Your fellow classmates that have been here in this stage at Newhouse. And I'm pulling for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm here to boost you as you move on from this campus into your career. And all I say is this, 20, 30 years from now, when the university calls you, you answer the call and you sit in this chair and pay it forward to the next generation.
Absolutely, Scott. Thank you so much. I really
You got it, buddy. You got it.
You're the best. Stick
Steve
with us.
Kornacki right here. John King working the math. Michael, great job.
Thanks,
Great job.
Scott. Stay back for one last show at 11:44. Have a great day.
It's the witching hour.